Before you touch a single building or EHR, you need to already know what your workflow is. Unfortunately, most organizations don't. Welcome to Sip and Tea with Dr. D. I'm your host, Dr. D, and I'm going to give you a quick 5-minute rundown on why your workflows are imperatively important. So, first, most people say this is the way we've always done it. We don't have a documented current state workflow. This is the way I was trained how to do it. This is the way I've always seen it being done. And unfortunately, none of those things actually work on an IT build, because when it comes time for us to train the system, to make the system operate in the way that you all operate, we shouldn't build a system based upon how we feel like things should be going. You all should be giving us the information. This is what I do when a patient checks in. These are the things that I need to scan in when a patient checks in. These are the things that I need to click off when a patient checks in. These are the requirements in order for a patient to be fully checked into the clinic, fully checked into the hospital. Unfortunately, we have 5-6 different ways of skinning a cat, and that's where chaos happens. So if you just take a step back from the table, you document step 1, step 2, if this, then that, if that, then this. That's how you properly document a workflow. So when you have these vendors that are coming in and you have consultants that are coming in, they're not wasting $400,000 per month, $800,000 per month, because the nurses is taking too long to document. So map your current state workflow. What that means is what I just stated. You're going to go step by step. All right. After you've mapped that, you're going to identify what the gaps are. Is there double documentation? Is there inbox overload? Are the order sets that are coming up that nobody uses? It's taking us 18 minutes to do a medication reconciliation. Those are all of the gaps. We have to identify, is there a patient and paper and EHR redundancy because of all the different things that we have to do? Gaps. If we have a workaround, that's a gap. That's not a fix. That is a gap in the workflow. So we also have to consider compliance risk, because those are definitely going to be gaps in our workflow. After we identify gaps, what we want to do is design a future state workflow. This is how we want to operate more efficiently. Is this going to work? We don't know. But guess what? UAT. For some odd reason, organizations have decided to take the user out of user approval testing. Why? Utilize the nurses, utilize your techs, utilize your PAs, your NPs, and utilize your providers, your MDs, to approve this testing, to approve the new workflows, to make sure that these workflows work efficiently. User approval testing should not be done down the hall in the computer lab. It shouldn't be done in your off time where you're at home. User approval testing needs to be done side by side, screen share, next to your patient. That's where user approval testing needs to happen, right on the battlefield. Why? Because we need to make sure that this particular workflow is going to work for us. I can sell you 1,000 workflows right now. I have them here and I have them saved in the cloud. I can send them to you right now if you ask for them, but guess what? They may not work for you. Let's think ambulatory for a second. If I set up a workflow that's designed for a specific ambulatory clinic, it may not work for your clinic, because guess what? This one clinic I worked at, they had a virtual check-in. They had no one working at the front desk. You may have individuals working at your front desk, or you may have a virtual check-in, but guess what? The steps are going to be different. The process is going to be different from clinic to clinic. The EHR should support the workflow. Believe it or not, the EHR systems actually support an actual workflow. Yes, the EHR system is not broken. I say this so many times. The system that is broken is the system's name that is on the front of the building. And that is a very hard pill to swallow. That's why individuals like myself that's work in nursing informatics and other clinical informatics individuals, healthcare IT individuals, we're trying to push just to get everyone to understand, if you want to stop wasting money, like the CEO spoke on LinkedIn this morning. We went live with Epic 18 months ago. Our labor costs are now up $400,000 per month. These are the reason why. We hired consultants. We did an optimization. Who spoke to the nurses? Who designed the workflows? If you don't even know what a workflow is, comment below. I don't even know what a workflow is, Darnell, and I'm going to send you a workflow so that you understand what the process is. So, before your next optimization project, before you walk into the clinic, before you do anything, use your eyes and ears. Identify, what are they doing? Ask questions. What did you just scan in? Why did she scan the ID in last and you scan the ID in first? Why did she scan the ID and insurance card together, but you scan the ID and then you scan the insurance card? Where's that gap at? Why? Well, I got trained by her and I got those types of things are going to happen when you go on the floor. Why did you adjust this particular IV setting here and then you went into the system and adjusted it, but the other nurse adjusted the IV settings, went to another patient, adjusted those IV settings, and then she did her documentation and then she documented it this way. Understand their current state, understand their future state. Whatever the gaps are in between is what you're going to train to, y'all. This is Sipping Tea with Dr. D, and that's all the time I have for today.